Police commissioner said there is no retention strategy to stem the rise in resignations from the police force. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson said that the High Command is unable to introduce a retention strategy to stem the rising resignation from the police force. Answering questions at the just concluded 80th Annual Conference of the Jamaica Police Federation, General Anderson admitted that the High Command has intensified its recruitment program due to the increasing number of cops leaving the force. He said it is unlikely that the High Command can introduce a program to stop the exodus. He said with about 450 officers leaving the force annually, the commissioner said 1,250 officers are now being trained to ensure that even if the usual numbers leave, there will still be a plus of 800 cops. Meanwhile, the body of missing Acting Deputy Commissioner of Corrections, Reverend Orville Moore, has been found. Reverend Moore's body was found in a ravine on Thursday afternoon in Spurtree in Manchester. The body was found beside the wreckage of his silver Toyota Fortuna motor vehicle, and this was confirmed by Acting Assistant Commissioner Cleon Marsh, head of the Criminal Investigation Branch. He said based on preliminary investigations, the police do not suspect any foul play. Mr. Moore was reported missing on Monday hours after he was seen leaving the home of a relative off Malines Road in St. Andrew. The Ministry of Local Government is to provide financial support for the cleanup exercise underway at Musgrave Market in Port Antonio in Portland. The market was extensively damaged by fire on Sunday, which displaced more than 170 vendors. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie said he has received a preliminary report on the fire, but will now await a detailed report before releasing the finding. Mr. McKenzie said $10 million will be released shortly to the Portland Municipal Corporation to begin the cleanup exercise. And over the last year and a half, there have been 17 fires at markets across the island, costing the Ministry of Local Government an excess of $100 million to effect repairs. And while they were investigating this fire in Portland, another market fire was ablaze in St. Catherine. And the arson is suspected to be the cause of an early morning fire which destroyed at least 20 stalls at the Linstead Market in St. Catherine. According to Jamaica Fire Brigade, the blaze started about 4:20 a.m. yesterday. Councillor for the Linstead Division, Hubert Garrix, believes the fire was deliberately set. And according to Mr. Garrix, the quick response of the Jamaica Fire Brigade prevented further losses. Vendors affected by the fire said they have lost thousands and thousands of dollars in goods. A 63-year-old British retiree who was caught attempting to smuggle millions of dollars worth of cocaine through one of the Jamaica's international airport has been charged. Valerie Reid, a resident of London, England, was charged on Monday, and she's booked to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on June 7th. The retiree was captured on May 26 while preparing to board an outgoing flight at the Norman Manley International Airport. The narcotics police reported that 2 parcels containing cocaine weighing approximately 2.5 kilograms were found concealed in her luggage. The drug has a street value of £75,000. And Miss Reid is among a dozen British nationals captured by local police attempting to smuggle cocaine out of the island over the last month. There has been quite a few British nationals found smuggling cocaine. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, is now probing the fatal shooting of a 25-year-old man, Eric Morgan, along Olympic Way in Kingston on Tuesday. Morgan was reportedly shot by an off-duty police officer. Indicom said the lawman was issued a notice to provide a statement and attend the office of the commission to be interviewed. No weapon was reported as being recovered from the deceased, Indicom said, and it is seek to determine whether the use of force by the off-duty police officer was proportionate and to ascertain the full circumstances under which the officer discharged his firearm. Meanwhile, the St. Ann police are now probing the shooting of 2 men, one fatally in the community of Lewis near St. Ann's Bay on Wednesday evening. The deceased is unidentified. About 7 o'clock, residents of Stony Hill District in Lewis heard explosions and called the police. 2 men were found along the roadway with multiple bullet wounds. One died at the scene, while the other is in serious condition in hospital. St. Ann has now recorded 32 murders since the start of the year. And in another shooting in St. Ann, a 94-year-old man was shot and killed at his home in Huntley Crescent, St. Ann, Thursday afternoon. He has been identified as Kenneth Downer. Police reported that at about 4 p.m. yesterday evening, Mr. Downer was shot and killed by unknown assailant. Police have not yet ascertained a motive for the killing. And we're talking about a 94-year-old man. How much longer did he have before nature took over? Boy, it really bother Jamaica for true. A businesswoman was among 3 people killed on Wednesday in St. James. Andrea Hansen, 37, was shot while at a car wash in Tucker about 7 p.m. It's reported that Miss Hansen was sitting at the establishment when men approached and shot her. She ran inside a vehicle where she was cornered and shot again. The gunmen then escaped. You can see that they definitely wanted to kill this woman. She was pronounced dead at the Cornwall Regional Hospital. And in a separate incident, 2 men were fatally shot at a house in Roehampton about 11 p.m. The deceased are 20-year-old Tevar Doman and 23-year-old Liston Anderson, a farmer. And this is the second shooting in the Roehampton community this week. On Tuesday, 2 men were shot, one fatally, and no motive has been established for those shootings as well. St. James has now recorded 77 murders since January. On to sports. The Miami Heat was no match for the Denver Nuggets last night as they struggled to counter with the accurate shooting of the high-scoring Nuggets stars who hardly missed a basket last night. The Nuggets scored at will and were hitting 3-pointers and twos at about 63% shooting from anywhere on the floor. The final score, the Nuggets 104 to Miami 93, looks as good as Miami could get, with Bam Adebayo scoring 26 for the Heat. Jimmy Butler struggled. He hit 13 points, and Max Struss, who normally hit a few threes, did not even score a point, and Duncan Robinson, who could also be relied on, only managed 3 points. The Heat actually scored 13 3-pointers to Nuggets 9, but the accuracy of the Nuggets scoring put them on top. Overall, the Heat played well, but just could not match the shooting skills of Jokic, who scored 27, and Murray, who scored 26. Hear this. The Nuggets had 20 free throws, while Miami only had 2, meaning that the referee's decision was totally unbalanced, and we could see that when some of these fouls were called as well. That is totally unbalanced. 20 free throws, and the other team only had 2. That make no sense. Anyway, Jamaica National Stadium will be scorching tomorrow as the Racers Grand Prix kicks off with the fastest humans on earth, with athletes from all over the globe coming to match stripes with their Jamaican counterparts. Among those are American sprint superstar Noah Lyle, Great Britain's Zarnell Hughes, Canadian Brendan Rodney, Alonso Edwards, and Jamaican pair of Rashid Dwyer and Adrian Carr in the 200 meters. Others include Olympic Games 110 hurdles champion Hansley Parchment, Nigerian 100 meters hurdles world champion and world record holder Toby Amirsan, 2019 men's 100 meters world champion Christian Coleman of the United States as well. And also the women's race is going to be hot as well. Sharika Jackson is going to be there, the 100 and the 200. Wow, we could see some upsets. And if you ever miss the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.